1 Million Men and Me, that was born from my actual experience of attending the Million Man March and seeing a little girl there with her father. And to me, she looked like a princess surrounded by a sea of kings and princes.
Uncles with nephews and grandfathers with grandsons, teachers and preachers there. And I also saw a few girls there. And the little girl that I saw, her eyes were so big and twinkling.
When I thought about wanting to share history with young people and making it fun and more engaging,
Right.
I thought back to that little girl and what her experience was like on that day. The men that I interviewed, they spoke pretty passionately about wanting to devote themselves to be better men and be better fathers and better friends, better people in the community.
What is the legacy of the Million Man March?
Well, the Million Man March is interesting. We don't really hear about it all that much anymore. But when I've talked to men who have went, it made a profound difference in their lives. I know a man, I live in Raleigh, who's there, who has created an organization for young men where men are kind of mentoring and standing in the gap for those who may not have dads that are there, and taking that step to be that father figure. I know another man in Raleigh who started a black college tour as a result of the Million Man March. So I think it's not always in the news, the changes that were made, but they're definitely there. They're in the men's hearts and in their actions. Mm-hmm. Even though we're in the era of having a wonderful African-American male president, I think unfortunately the positive stories about African-American men are still buried. We don't see them often enough in the media. We don't see them often enough in books that we're sharing with children in the classroom. So I think that's a real big problem, kind of battling against those stereotypes and those negative stories that get much more play than all the positive ones. Mm-hmm.
What about being one of the 1 million women?
Yeah, coming to Philadelphia was wonderful, being part of the Million Woman March. Coming from, actually having gone to the Million Man March and feeling, it really was almost a spiritual feeling. It was this peace that was almost palpable. You could just feel it. Everybody was just so much love and laughter. And to come here to Philadelphia and have the same kind of experience with women was a really beautiful thing. Sometimes women can be portrayed as being catty to one another and all of that. So to have this day when we're all unified, we're all sisters, all from different parts of the country, all from different backgrounds, but all one on that day, it's just a beautiful memory that I'll cherish.